Hey there. Just making a few checks to make sure I'm live everywhere I'm supposed to be. Okay. Well, it seems to be working out much quicker now with Facebook. So, hello, soul aligned self care people. Facebook Live. I got my tea. It's a cool day. I think we got I guess I would call it like a hard frost last night. I think my lettuce in the garden is done. I saw frost on it this morning, so I don't think it's going to be good anymore, but we'll see. I'll check it later now that the sun's starting to melt the frost and everything. But yeah, it's a little cool. I got my turtleneck on. I like my turtlenecks. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I love my turtlenecks. I feel like I got schmutz on my shoulder here. I do. Oh no, it's hair. Okay. So grab your tea. Today I am going to be talking about 3 mindset shifts to help you get your power back. And it's all about deep level self care. And I'm going to share, how these things have worked for me. I don't share anything that I haven't tried myself or do myself or use in my business. I don't know if I could sip this. Can you see how smoky it is? I think it's really hot. Let me try. I'm a little cold. I didn't start a fire. I haven't been starting fires yet. So I live in, for those of you who don't know me, I live in a pretty small apartment. I love it. It's very low maintenance. And I have this cute little wood stove in the center of it. And I love that too because it's so cozy. But if I light it when it's just a little bit chilly, it gets hot in here because it's small, right? So I haven't started any. I think I started one fire once and it got up to 85 in here, and that was a mistake because the sun came out. I have a lot of natural light. It's beautiful. So the sun comes out and it heats it up. So I woke up this morning and it was 60 degrees in here, which feels really cold to me. So I'm probably going to make a fire tonight, I think. I guess we'll see what the temperature is going to be tomorrow. Okay, well, enough of that. So I came on here a little bit early because I wanted to talk about the November book club book pick. Okay, so I have a book club. It's called the Soul Aligned Book Club. It's on Patreon. It's like $8 a month or something like that, and we read all self development books. And so the way it works is you could participate as much in that or as little as you want. But what I do is I go on sometimes daily, sometimes every other day. It depends on the book. And I read some blurbs out of the book, like the main points, and then discuss and give my take on it. And it's all recorded so you can listen to it. It's kind of like podcast style. And so and then at the end of the month, originally I was doing a call at the end of the month, but that doesn't seem to work really well with everybody. So now I'm just going to do just I don't know what to call it, like a glimpse of the whole book at the end of the month, do a little podcast episode on that. And that's on Patreon. And so I'll put the link to that. But this month book pick is Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. I think I'm saying that correctly. And I'm excited. This is about self-acceptance and stuff like that. So it's a really all the books that I pick, I read a lot of books, and so that's why I decided to do this because I wanted to do it with other people. So if you're a self-development crazy person like I am, then you would love this. You would love it. So you could join me on there. So, like I said, the November, it usually starts on the 1st. It depends on what day it falls on, but I usually always start on the 1st. So, November 1st, Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. And all the past books that we've already read in the book clubs are on there. So you could just go through and listen to all of them. It's kind of like a short version of the book. If you don't even want to read the book, you could do that. It's kind of cool. So I'm trying to think how many books we have on there now. Four, maybe? I don't know. I'm not positive. It could be 4 or 5, or maybe this is the fifth one. I can't remember when we started, but it's fairly new. So I would love to have you. There's 3 tiers, but they're all the same. So I wouldn't really buy into the more expensive tier unless you just want to throw your money at me. So I think the cheapest tier is $8.88 per month. It's like a monthly thing, and you can cancel anytime you want. So if you're not into the book, you can cancel it and then sign up, and when there's a book that you like, whatever. Okay, so I'm done with that. I would love to have you in the Soul Aligned Book Club. It's great if you're a reader like me. I'm always reading at least 10 books at once, and it just depends on my mood what I'm going to read. I read every morning. So, anyway, today, like I said, we're talking about the 3 mindset shifts to get your power back. So, I want to get started. I don't want to make these lives too long. I don't want these videos. I usually repurpose these and put these right onto YouTube. So if you haven't gone over there, if you want to watch all the videos all in one place, that's where you could find them. I'll put the link to my YouTube channel too. So I'll put the link to the book club and the YouTube channel below so that you could check it out. So if you're not a Facebook person and you'd rather go watch it on YouTube, then that's great. Also, if you're on my email list, you'll get an email with the link to the YouTube so you can watch it there. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube and then you won't miss any of them. You don't even have to show up on Facebook. So, with all that taken care of, I'm going to get started now. So, 3 mindset shifts that you need to take to get your power back. One of my most important passions is helping driven people like yourselves make self-care a daily habit. And a lot of people believe that you have to like earn self-care, or it's something that happens, once a week, or it's something that you only get if you work yourself to death. But that's not how it works. And I believe that these 3 mindset shifts will help you. So by making daily self-care your norm, you could keep overwhelm, you can keep burnout, you can keep stress and anxiety like at bay. You don't want to let that be the norm for you. You don't want to keep yourself in that fight or flight and all that cortisol shooting into your body. It's not healthy for you. So the only way I believe to do this is to practice daily self-care, and this doesn't take a lot of time. These are like little things. These are little mindset shifts, setting boundaries and stuff like that. Excuse me. I got a tickle. Okay, so I'm going to go over the 3 mindset shifts and try to explain how I bring these into action in my life on a daily basis. And some of you know some of the reason why I do the work that I do. Some of you may not. So I'm just going to tell you a quick reason why I do this work and why it's so important to you. So in 2007, I believe it was, I had a stroke. I was 39 years old, and it was due to extreme stress for a couple of years. Now, some of the things that I was going through, I'm not really going to get into it, because what causes one person to stress out might not cause the other person to stress out, right? Everybody is different. Everybody handles, and that's okay. Like if you get stressed out really easy, there's nothing wrong with you. You just have to take the actions that need to be taken to take care of yourself and protect yourself and set the boundaries that you need. Okay? Doesn't mean that something's wrong with you or you're overly sensitive. This is just the way you are. So accept yourself the way you are and take care of yourself, right? So I had some really extreme stress for a couple years. I mean, like I lost all the hair in the front of my head. I was a single mom. I had 3 kids. I was working a highly stressful sales job. It was highly stressful for me. I sold real estate. To me, that was very stressful. I didn't like doing it, but it was really like the perfect job for me to be able to take care of my kids at the time. And so I had the stroke. But one of the things I learned from this was I was in the best shape of my life. When I tell you that I worked out, I was working out excessively because this is the way I dealt with stress. So I was boxing, I was kickboxing, I was running, I was doing so many things. I was in such primo shape. I was in such good shape. I also always have ate pretty well, okay? I didn't drink. At the time, I was not drinking at all. When my kids were little, I never drank. I didn't start drinking until I got a divorce. So I started drinking after I had the stroke. So I was a very healthy individual, and you would think that something like this would not happen. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, because what it taught me was you can't just say, oh, I eat really well and I exercise, so nothing's going to happen to me. I'm untouchable, or I'm young and I'm untouchable. All these things. You can't go by that. You have to look at the big picture. And that's why I became a holistic health coach, because we look at the big picture. Everything affects your life. So you have to look at all these different areas of your life. And I base my whole business on that. I always talk about the balance sheet and stuff like that on here, right? So I always talk about looking at all the different areas and practicing self-care. That's why it's so important to me, because I don't want you to experience the level of burnout that I did. It's not necessary. All you have to do is make these little tweaks in your life, and you could really keep yourself in balance and flow. You're not going to not ever experience stress again or anxiety. It's about letting that letting that emotion move through your body, and then learning how to get out of it, not staying there. The point is not to stay there. We're always going to feel all different kinds of feelings, like anger, anxiety. We're going to be stressed. Sometimes stress is good for you. But we have to learn how to not stay there. Like, it's not good to stay in stress or fight or flight all the time, okay? And so that's why this is so important to me. So I'm going to share 3 of these mindset shifts that have pretty much changed my life, right? And this took me some time to make this like an automatic thing. So I had to really focus on it for a while. I would say a couple of years. I journaled and focused on making these mindset changes. Mindset changes don't happen overnight. You have to continuously kind of remind yourself of the shift that you need to make. You need to keep calling yourself out and make the shift. Okay, so the first one is, when you practice self-care, it gives you the power to put your best self into the world. This is part of getting your power back, right? So imagine the type of person that you are when you're stressed to the point of no return, and you're working your ass off, you're not getting any rest. What representation of yourself are you putting forward into the world? And some of the things are, let me think. So you might not make good decisions because you're tired. You might not be able to make decisions. Sometimes you struggle with making decisions because you're tired and stressed. Sometimes you're cranky, edgy. Sometimes you might be cranky with people at work, your family, even your kids, right? Sometimes if we get worn down enough, we get sick. We'll get sick a lot. We'll get a lot of colds and stuff like that. And then when we stay in this state for longer periods of time, what happens is it creates dis-ease in your body. And I say it like that, dis-ease, because it points out exactly what that word means. Like, you're not at ease. So it causes dis-ease in your body. And over long periods of time, being under stress for long periods of time, like I was, that's when you create disease. There's going to be some kind of a moment. It could be anxiety attacks, panic attacks. It could be depression. It could be high blood pressure. It could be autoimmune disease. It could be a stroke, like me. It could be so many different things, but it's going to manifest in some way of dis-ease in your body. And so taking that time to practice self-care lets you put your best self forward. So the way this works is taking the time to tune into yourself daily, whether that be meditation or a workout or yoga, or just tuning into yourself and seeing how you feel and asking yourself what you need. So how long does that take? Maybe 5 minutes, like closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths and tuning into yourself and saying, what do I need today? Like, I did this day before yesterday. The night before that, I didn't sleep at all. I was picking up my new car and I was excited. So I was like a little kid. I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep a wink. I ended up getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I gave up, and having coffee and breakfast. I had my first breakfast at 3, and then I had my second one at 12. So there you go. So I was tired. The next day, my priority was, I made it a priority to go to bed early, like 9 o'clock. So that was my way of taking care of myself. It wasn't like I'm going to, burn the midnight oil and go, which is what I used to do. Okay. I took the time. I worked on the couch that day. Like, instead of sitting at my desk, I sat on the couch. I took it easy. I only had a few things that I needed to get done, and that's all I did. So I took the time to take care of myself. I also did yoga. I did some gentle yoga. So it's about adding these little moments, these little tiny moments, making a cup of tea. It could be taking a hot bath at night. It could be setting boundaries with people. So that day that I was tired, it could show up as, Tina, I need help with this today. Can you help me with this? And be like, I'm sorry, I can't do it today. Can we do it another time? You don't need to say, I'm tired. Nobody wants to hear the excuse of why you can't do it. It's, you're taking care of yourself, so you have to set that boundaries. Or it could even be, you want to go out to lunch today, or you want to do this, and you could just say, sorry, I can't do it today. I would love to do this with you, but can we do it another day? So it's not, it's about setting boundaries sometimes. Or if you have children, um, it could look like, if you're a single parent and you have children, it could look like, you know, um, taking something out of the freezer for dinner, or getting some, takeout for dinner, or if you have a significant other, having them make dinner and get the kids ready for bed. And so you have to set these boundaries, and you have to be the one who's going to put yourself first. Because if you think someone else is going to say, oh, Tina didn't sleep last night, let me do all this stuff for her, it's not that they don't care. It's just that most people are just thinking of themselves. That's just human nature. So if you want something, you have to ask for it. If you need to set a boundary, you have to do it. Nobody else is going to do this for you. So putting yourself first, takes care of you. So then the next day I was on point. I had all this stuff to get done, and I felt good. I got my workout in the morning, and my yoga in the morning, and I got all my stuff done, and I felt great because I took the time to give myself what I needed to get back to that point. But if I just kept going and going and going, how would have I felt that day? I probably wouldn't have done the yoga. I probably wouldn't have shown up for myself in the same way that I showed up. I also probably wouldn't show up for my clients in the same way. So not only is it important for me to feel good, to put my best self forward, it's also really important for me to show up as my best self for my clients. I believe that if they're paying me for something, that I need to show up 110% to be the best self that I can, so that I can help them move forward too. So these things are really, really important. So this may look like in all different ways. You want to show up and be your best self for your kids, for your career, for just the people in your life. You don't want to be cranky with them. You want to feel good and have fun and enjoy your life. You don't want to be in this state of fight or flight or stress all the time. Okay, so I'm going to move on to number 2. So the mindset shift that you need to make is, when I take care of myself, I get to put the best version of myself into the world. That's really all we want to do, right? We don't want to show up half-assed. We want to show up as the best fucking version of ourselves. We just want to, and we want to feel good, and we want to feel like we're in flow. We don't want to feel stressed. We don't want to feel, I know, tense. I don't know how else to say it. I think we don't want to feel anxious about it. We want everything to kind of flow and feel good. Okay, number 2. When I declutter and create space, new things and experiences have room to come into my life. And I love this one. This one has a huge effect on me in so many different ways. So I talk about decluttering the mind, your space, and your processes. And I'll go over this really quickly, but I don't want to spend too much time. I believe I did a whole live on just decluttering alone on here. I am so into decluttering all 3 of these things, the mind, space, and processes, that I just get so freaking into it. I could do a whole course on just decluttering. So decluttering the mind is kind of like handling things. It's like the Eat the Frog book, although I've never read that book, but I'm pretty sure that's what that book's about. It's about handling the shit that you need to handle first to relax. And let me show you how not handling something can negatively affect you. So let's say you have to call the bank about this unwanted charge on your debit card. You don't know what it is, so you want to take care of it. So you get up in the morning and you're thinking about it. You're really stressed out about it. You're like, what the hell was that charge? I don't know what that was. I have to handle that. I have to call the bank. I'm definitely going to do that today. So it's kind of looping in your head. It's in the back of your head, right? So when you have something, I call it stress looping in your head. You're thinking about it continuously all day. It's like repeating. You don't want to forget it, right? It might even be on your to-do list. Then say you go to work and you're thinking, all right, I'm on lunch. I'm going to call the bank. And then something happens. You have to work through lunch, or somebody asked you to go out to lunch, and seemed much better, and so you did that. And you're like, all right, maybe I'll do it if something slows down at work today. I'll call. And but then you forget. You get into work, you go to lunch, you have fun with your friends, you go back to work, you forget, and then you're coming home from work, so it's 5 o'clock or whatever, and you're like, crap, I forgot to do that. So not only are you still thinking about it, it's still looping in your head, but also you're feeling bad about it. You're like kind of beating yourself up a little bit. You're like, I can't believe I forgot to do it again. I've been forgetting for like 2 weeks now. And then you go to bed at night and you're thinking about it and you're like, I gotta do this tomorrow. So you go to bed thinking about it. It's still looping in your head. So how long do we put these things off for sometimes? Sometimes weeks, right? We put this shit off a week sometimes. So it's about handling that shit right away and getting it out of the way, and think about how nice that feels. It feels so good. And I have like a process to go through that. I'm not going to talk about it today, but handle that shit. Same thing with tension within relationships. That's kind of like decluttering the mind too. Handling anything. Oh, I forgot to text my friend back. She's probably so pissed at me, and you're avoiding it. Does the same thing, the stress loop. Okay. So that has been life changing for me. And once you start making that a habit, I know it's hard to do because it's unpleasant, but once you start making that a habit, it's like as soon as you get something unpleasant, you're like, let me just get this shit off the table right away. Like you just handle it because you know how much better it is, right? Now, decluttering your space, this has a profound effect on me personally. And I'm going to share a quick little story of one thing that has a profound effect on me. And it's a combination of decluttering your space and your processes. So when you declutter your space, not only do things flow better, but it's less stressful. Just think about how much better you feel when your house is clean. How good, that's why it feels so good when you clean shit out. You clean closets out, you clean your car out. It feels so freaking good, right? But the best way to do this is in small little steps at a time. Because if you just continuously are decluttering constantly in these little small areas, like just clean out that drawer or just clean out your wallet or your purse or whatever, then nothing ever gets super cluttered, and you always have this flow of old stuff going out and new stuff coming in, right? So I'll tell you the story of something that affects me profoundly. So I hate waking up to dishes in the sink. I hate it, but I also hate doing dishes. So it happens sometimes. Like I hate it. So one of the things I do that helps me start my day off so much better is making sure I do the dishes in the sink the night before, no matter how freaking tired I am, and setting up the coffee pot so I could just hit go in the morning. It's all set up. I just press the button. I don't program it because I don't know what time I'm going to wake up. I don't wake up the same time every day. So I just walk over to it and press the button. Nothing feels fucking better to me than walking to my kitchen, my clean kitchen, and just pressing a button, and in like 5 minutes I have coffee. I feel like a princess. I'm telling you, it's something so small, but it helps me start my day off in a completely different mood than if I wake up. I go into my kitchen, it's full of dishes. I have to clean the coffee pot out, the old grinds and everything, rinse it out, clean everything, set the coffee pot up. And it's hard to do because there's all shit in the sink. It's full of dishes. Oh, like what a shitty way to start your morning, right? So this has a profound effect on my whole day because it's the mood I'm in when I wake up. So if I just wake up and I go to the bathroom, I come out, I walk into my kitchen and I press a button and I'm like, and what I usually do is I go back into bed with my coffee and I read. That's what I do every morning. So to me, I just feel like it's the best way ever to start my day. It's so freaking good. It's so good. And so this goes between processes and decluttering. So it's like keeping stuff clean and decluttered so that there's more flow. And the processes is getting the coffee ready. So what can make my morning easier? So how can I change the process in which I do the things in my life to make things go smoother? And that's different for every people. And so for me, like changing that process of cleaning the coffee pot out in the morning and getting it all ready and then starting the coffee, as opposed to just walking in there and pressing a button and feeling like a magical princess. It's night and day for me. So just changing that one process it changes my whole day. So this can really have a profound effect on you. Another process kind of thing, because some people have trouble understanding that, would be like, I want to work out after work every day. So like fine tuning that process could mean finding a gym close to work or close to home, whichever seems better to you, so that it's easy for you to get there. It could look like having your gym clothes in a bag in your car the night before, okay? And so like you're just making the process of going to the gym easier. Maybe doing it with a friend, like finding a friend at work that you're going to work out with every day. That's making the process easier. It makes you have more success in that process, as opposed to just being like, oh, I want to work out after work today, and like, rushing in the morning to get everything ready, and then then calling your friend and seeing if they want to go to the gym, like handling everything ahead of time, making the process as smooth as possible. How can I make this even smoother? Maybe smoother looks like creating a home gym in your house. Maybe that's something that's more appealing to you. That's why it's different for every person. Okay, so the start shifting your mindset to, when I clean out the old, I make room for the new. Okay, when I clean out the old. So if you've been struggling, like manifesting something into your life, it could be, starting a new business. It could mean changing careers. It could mean finding a new partner. It could mean buying something. I don't know. Focus on decluttering, making space for that. It might not be coming into your life because there's no space for it yet. You can't mentally wrap your head around it because there's no place to put it, okay? And you might not, it's subconsciously, you're just like, I have no room for that. But, you know, you're thinking in your head, I want that, I want that, I want that. But subconsciously, your brain is like, no, there's no room for that. There's no room for that. So, decluttering and making room for what you want. Declutter it, make it happen. Okay, so that's the mindset shift. Okay, so third, this sounds kind of so simple, like it sounds kind of stupid, but it's not. So be you. It's so much easier. So be yourself. So when we're working hard to like reach our goals, um, and our dreams and make shit happen in our lives, a lot of times we might think that we need to look a certain way, act a certain way, or be a certain way. We also might think we need more education, I need more certifications, I need all this stuff in order to be that. But really, what you need to do is to like, the truth is, like, you just need to tune into yourself and know yourself and who you are, and feel what's aligned with you. So when you're going to be doing something, does it feel aligned? Does it make you happy? Does it bring you joy? How can you make it better? If you can't stop doing it or change what you're doing, how can you make it better? Because the more aligned you are with things, the smoother everything's going to flow. It's kind of like right in line with the decluttering, and you're going to bring that stuff into your life. Now, being yourself is also easier because it's so much work to like say like, oh my god, when I'm around this person I have to act this way because they might get offended and they might not like me, or I might hurt their feelings, or they might not want to be around me anymore, and then what would happen if I didn't have this friend? Like you might be all the so you're acting a certain way. You might do something like filter what you say to certain people. You might change the way you act around like a significant other because you're afraid they might judge you. You might hide some of the things, your beliefs, because you might be like, oh, well, they might think I'm weird. The truth is when you just 100% embrace who you are and what you love and what you like, and just let your freak flag fly, then the right people will come into your life. The right people that are supposed to be there will come into your life, and that includes in business. The right clients will come into your life. It's about being authentically yourself and just doing everything aligned with that. And yes, some people might slowly fall out of your life, but trust me, I know this for a fact because I went through this. I used to be like the people pleaser when I was younger, and this was part of all my stress. So I used to become the person that person I was with wanted to be. I made it everything as easy as possible for them, which in turn exhausted me. It sucked the life out of me. So being yourself is easier because it's natural. When you're trying to be a certain way, it's not natural and it's harder work. Okay? So just being yourself releases so much stress and anxiety. It gives you more energy. Can you think about the energy that you would regain if you never had to think again or care about what other people thought? Like fuck it, who cares what anybody thinks? The people that love you and want to be around you will not care, right? The people that do care, they're not meant to be in your life. They're not aligned with you. And it's a beautiful thing when you realize this and you realize how much less work it is to just be yourself. It's beautiful. So the mindset shift is success comes easy when I'm aligned with my true self. Success comes easy when I'm aligned with my true self. So I'm just going to go over those three. I'm looking at my notes right now. So, okay. Mindset shift 1. When I take care of myself, I get to put the best version of myself into the world. Okay. Number 2. When I clean out the old, I make room for the new. And number 3 is success comes easy when I'm aligned with my true self. So those are the 3 mindset shifts for today. Now, when I say mindset shift, what I mean by that is like the first one, taking care of yourself so you can put your best self into the world. You might have previously thought that self-care is selfish and I need to take care of everybody else first. So this might be a shift for you. So when this happens and you feel so say someone's asking you to do something and you feel like you need to do it just to make them happy or to avoid an argument, to avoid something, or just whatever. But you don't want to do it. It's sucking the life out of you. It's like an energy vampire. This is where you have to call yourself out and be like, wait, when I take care of myself, I can put my best self into the world. So by saying no to something that you don't want to do, you actually save that energy and space for something that you do want to do, and you get to put your best self into the world. I don't want to volunteer for the PTA. I hate it. I hate those people. This is can you tell this is personal? I hated the PTA. I really did. I did it, but I hated it. See, today I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't even do it. I'd be like, no. Well, it depends. I guess, it depends on the people that you're around. But anyway, I would rather go home and spend that time with my children. I'd rather go home and spend that time with my significant other. I don't want to go to Betty's baby shower at work. I don't know Betty. So no, I'm sorry. I'd rather go home and spend that time with my dog, petting my dog. It's much better. It sounds better to me, right? So setting those boundaries, that's what the mindset shift is. It's looking at it and saying, how can I make this better? And I know that I deserve the very best, because when I give myself the best, I put my best self into the world. Also, another thing I forgot to add is when you take care of yourself at a high level, you're teaching people how to treat you. Your kids are watching you, your partner's watching you, everybody's watching you, and they see you taking care of yourself, and you know that this is your boundary. I'm not doing anything else until I take care of myself, because I'm a better mom, I'm a better partner, I'm a better friend, I'm a better daughter, right? So you teach people how to treat you. If they see you working yourself to death, they're going to know they could load shit on you. That's the way it works. And they love you. These people might love you, but they know that you can handle it. They think you can handle it because you do it all the time, right? So setting these boundaries, taking care of yourself at the highest level teaches people how to treat you. You show people how you want to be treated. So if you feel you're being mistreated, then that's a sure sign that you need to set some boundaries in your life. Okay. All right. Did I go over the last one? Be you. Yeah. Be you. It's much easier. That's probably, I can't, all 3 of these are what did I do? Did I just move the screen? I did. Okay. All 3 of these are super important and have changed my life. I didn't master these overnight. Like I said, this is stuff that you have to work on and do over time. So before I end today, I just want to share with you, if you want to go deeper on this stuff, I have a very exciting, I guess you could call it a coaching program. It's part live, part online. It starts at the beginning of December, but I'm making it available for purchase now. There's going to be limited spaces just because there's a lot of private coaching, one-on-one coaching involved. And so it's called the Reset and Thrive Epic Year Boot Camp. And I'm just going to tell you. So in this boot camp, we're going to reset your mindset. We are going to help you get unstuck. This is based on this Unstuck series I've been doing. I'm going to help you step into your purpose and plan your epic year next year so that you could thrive and you could flow in your life, okay? So this is a really exciting program. Let me just like pull up the information on it because I kind of wrote it all out for you guys so that I could share it with you. It's going to be so much fun, so much fun. All right, where is it? Okay, there it is. There it is. Okay, so what you can expect. Okay, I'm just going to read my notes to you because I'm bad at. I tend to like go on and on and on about it. Okay, so get unstuck and reconnect with your true authentic self. Start to snap out of feeling uninspired, bored, and start to wake up with like that childlike excitement every day. Reset your mindset and learn how to set big goals and reach those goals without the overwhelm and the burnout. We don't want to do that anymore, right? Learn deep level self-care methods that you can always turn to keep all your stress and anxiety levels at bay, okay? Create more time and space for the things you love. Set yourself up in the new year to have an epic year, have epic success, and have a blast and get creative. I'm going to have a vision board party. So what you get, okay, so this is what you get. You get 8 one-on-one coaching calls, private coaching calls with me, okay? You get access to my foundational hybrid program, Aligned and Worthy, which is the deep level self-care bootcamp. You get it has 11 powerful video lessons, worksheets, journal prompts, meditations, tapping videos, affirmations. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's awesome. It's my baby. You'll get access to the time expansion 3-day workshop, which shows you how to create more time and space in your life without the stress. And then you have a private epic year planning session with me. It's a one-on-one coaching call where we'll reflect on the past year. We'll learn to set big goals and dreams and come away with a personalized plan mapping out the next year for you. So this is just like an unbelievable program. And then the bonus is a virtual vision board party. Like we'll have like hot cocoa and stuff because it'll be winter. So it goes from December through the end of January. It's like 2 months total. Maybe it'll be a little longer than that, but it really sets you up for that new year. And so I'm so excited about this. Most of these are individual programs that you can buy on their own, like Aligned and Worthy, the Time Expansion Masterclass, and the Epic Year Planning Session. Those are programs that you could buy on their own, but I'm combining them all, and then I'm going to give you a great price for them. There's going to be the option to pay in full, or you could pay over the 12 months, because when you get the Aligned and Worthy program, you have access to it for the whole 12 months, where you have monthly coaching calls, the group coaching calls with me. So on top of the 8 private calls, actually it's 9 because you have the Epic Year Planning Session, you're also getting a year worth of monthly coaching in Aligned and Worthy. So it's a huge value, and I think that you'll really love it. So if you're looking to like reset your mindset, get unstuck, like if you're feeling stuck and you just really need to like enliven your life, step into your purpose, plan out like an epic year next year, but you want to do it without the stress and the overwhelm, this is the program for you. It's going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about it. So like I said, it's called the Reset and Thrive Epic Year Bootcamp, and I'm going to put links in the comments. So I'm going to have a link to the book club, the YouTube channel, and then I'll have the links to this program for the paid in full and for the monthly payment system. So it's going to be, you can get started for $130, I think, something like that. So it's really easy to get started. If you have any questions about that program, just set up a call with me. Just go to my website, tinastinson.com, and set up a call, like a free chat session with me. And you can ask me any questions that you want to make sure it's the right program for you. So it's mostly live, but you have access to a lot of my online programs. The Time Expansion Masterclass, you'll have lifetime access to that. but Aligned and Worthy is only a year access. Normally, if you purchase Aligned and Worthy separately, you have lifetime access to it. But with this program, because I'm giving you such epic savings, definitely epic savings on this, I'm only granting access for the year, but you will get that year worth of monthly coaching calls. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So I don't want to keep you any longer. I've been on here for 30 minutes or so. I love spending time with you guys, and I love hearing from you. So if you have any questions about today's mindset shifts, let me know. I'll be glad to answer them. All you have to do is like post on this post on here, or visit me on Instagram. I love getting messages on Instagram. I love getting messages on here too, but I don't always get notified right away, and I hate it because sometimes somebody leaves a message and I don't respond for a couple days and I feel awful. So Instagram, I am at Tina Stinson Coach. I would love for you to follow me on there, and definitely message me on there. Any questions that you have, I would love to hear from you. Okay, I love you guys. Bye. Have a wonderful day. And remember to add deep level self-care into your daily life every single day. Bye.